So now we are going to enter the beginning balances. Now you can see the trial balance has been provided on 29th February 2016. So when you are going to select the period, you have to select the period within that range. So here 2015, so 2016, the beginning period is 1st of February and the ending period should be 29th of February. So you have to select this range. Please carefully look at that, the period. So can you see the two highlighted areas? Balance should be at the end of the 29th of February. So we have to select that particular period. Then click OK. Now we have to enter the balances. So you can see everything is in thousands. So this is a tricky point you have to remember. So if the transactions are given, right? If the transactions are given, ignoring the thousands in the other areas, then please enter thousands in the trial balance. If not, the final calculations of the master item list, income statement, as well as SFP will be differ from what you are entered in the chart of account. So here I'm going to put 3 zeros to represent the thousands. 5,250 is in thousands, but altogether it is 5,250,000. මේකේ ඔක්කොම අරගෙන තියෙන්නේ දහස් ගණන් වලින් ගණන් වල එනකොට පල්ලෙහාට ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පේනවා මේ හැම ගාණක්ම දීලා තියෙන්නේ රුපියල් දහස් ගණන් වලින් නෙමෙයි සම්පූර්ණම මුදල දීලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට ඕගොල්ලෝ එන්ටර් කරලා තියෙන ට්‍රයල් බැලන්ස් එක දහස් ගණන් වලින් ගණන් එන්නේ සම්පූර්ණ මුදලින්. එතකොට අන්තිමට ගත්තම ඉන්කම් ස්ටේට්මන්ට් එකයි ඒ වගේම ස්ටේට්මන්ට් ඔෆ් ෆයිනෑන්ෂල් පොසිෂන් එකේ බැලන්සස් වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයගොල්ලෝ එන්ටර් කරපු ප්‍රමාණය වැරදි නිසා. ඒකින්දා මතක ඇතුව මේකේ අගට එනකොටත් ඕගොල්ලෝ දහස් ගණන් වලින් නිසා අන්තිම බිංදු තුන දාගෙන යන්න. So you can see the thousand separated. Then you can clearly see whether you have entered the correct amount or not. මේක enter කරගෙන යනකොට arrow keys use කරන්න. Please use the arrow keys when you are entering it. Then it will be convenient for you. So here I forgot to enter the electricity expense account and income tax paid account. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on OK. Then I'm going to create those accounts. Then I'm going to enter them again. Income tax is expense account. So if you have entered the balances earlier, the same balance will be appeared, right? No worries. So here, when you are entering the provision for doubtful debt, please put a minus mark and then enter it. So when you are entering these accounts, you may noted that the examiner has put question mark in the inventory, in the account receivables, as well as for the accounts payables. For those balances, what you have to do is to get the accounts payable balance, go to accounts payable data. So in the accounts payable data, take the beginning balances of each vendor and add them together. That is here for vendor 1, the beginnings balance is 4,000, so 450,000 plus 345,000 plus 230,000 plus 128,000. So altogether, we are getting 1,153,000. Check whether it's correct. 450,000, 345,000, 230,000, and finally 128,000. So for the accounting payable balance, this should be the balance. Now let's get the balance of the inventory. So in the inventory details, we have to take the final balance. So here, right, quantity on hand you have given, then the unit cost is given. So you have to multiply each and you have to get the end balance. That is 14,500 14,500 into 27, then 18,050 into 35. Oops. Since I have to multiply several things, I am going to use an Excel sheet. If you have the scientific calculator with you, use it. $14,500, 18,050, 13,350, 14,800, 14,000, 9,900 are the quantities. So I have to multiply this with the cost. So when we multiply the quantity with the cost, we can get the beginning balance. So when we get the sum, we can get the total balance of the inventory, which is 7,923,000. Now we have to enter the account receivables balance. Here also we have to take the beginning balances and we have to add them back. So the beginning balances are easily provided in the paper. So what you have to do is you have to just add them together. $250,000, 330, so 355,000, 135,000, 200,000, and 476,000.
Madam,
Oh,
උඩාර ගනිපු එකේ quantity එක තුන්වෙනි එක 13,550යි.
so this balance should be changed then. Then this should be 938,000. And here the total 8. One hundred fifty, 355, 135, 200. So yeah, it's 14,016,000. 1,416,000. There's a difference. So now the next step is after creating the trial balance and entering the chart of accounts, we have to set the defaults. So here, first of all, we are going to set the rounding up account. So rounding up account is in the general ledger. So in the general ledger, for rounding up account, we have to select the retained earnings account. Then we are going for the defaults of the customers. So here customer net due is 30 days, discount in 18 days. We have to change it, 18 days. Discount percentage is 2. Since it is given in percentage, just entering 2 is enough. Then credit limit 110,000. So then custom fields. Before entering into the custom fields, we have to select the general sales account. So discount, here for customers, we have to select the discount allowed account. And here in the standard terms, we have to select due in number of dates. It's in the default. For custom fields, we have to enter northwest and northeast. So since there are just two fields, I'm going to disable the other fields. I'm going to change northwest. The other one is northeast. Then for the finance charge finance charge, I should select, right? So if I'm going to change the finance charge, then I have to select a particular account. Now in this one, you can see there are no information for the financial charges. Therefore, it's better to ignore this one. If you want, you can click on it. But if you click on, then you should provide the financial charge account. But if you are not selecting it, it's mentioned that you are not going to charge the financial charge. Paper එකේ දීලා නැත්තම් charge කරන්න යන්න ඕනේ. Simply as that. So then payment method, just cash and check only. Other data, you have to delete them. Just select this account and press the delete button. That's all. Click OK. Then I'm going to select the sales tax. Maintain sales tax. So here we are going to set up a sales tax. Tax rate is 11%. Agency ID is A001. Agency name CGIR, which means Commissioner General of Inland Revenue. Then how sales tax are calculated? By a single rate. The rate is 11. So we have to select the sales tax account. We have the VAT account. VAT payable account is there. So if you are going to combine it, you can put a formula as well. Then tax ID T001. Then name is VAT standard. Then click on finish. So when you want to see them, go view all sales taxes. Then you can see in the next button, when you click the next button, you can see all the taxes available. For that, you have to select the view all sales tax option. So the next one is vendors default, maintain default information, vendors. Due 35 days, discount 25 days, discount percentage 3%, credit limit 130,000. So sorry, it is not 130,000. It is 1 million. Earlier, is it so? Yes. Earlier one also you have to insert 1 million. So I will change it later. Expenses account here. Since we do not have a purchase account, just click cost of sales account. Then GL account is the discount received account. Custom fields. We have regional and account rep only. Special note, I'm going to disable it. Then I'm going to click OK. So earlier one, I have to change the default of the customer's credit limit. It is 1,100,000. Right? So see, it is 1,100,000. Now next one is inventory defaults. Maintain default information, inventory items. So here, item class is there, 11% is given. So here we have to select the item class as stock item. Even by default, you should select the stock items. Then allow duplicated value in the unit price or scheduled fields. No need to click on anything. So ordering, include purchase orders when calculate the quantity available, which means we are going to take into the consideration of goods in transit. So they haven't mentioned anything. So if they haven't mentioned anything in the defaults, keep the defaults itself. Don't alter them. Then here, change it to FIFO. Now you have to select the accounts. GL sales account you have to select. GL inventory account you have to select. Then GL cost of sales account you have to select. Then custom fields. So freight account. So we have to select the freight account as well. If in the exam they haven't provided the freight account, you have to create a freight account. Then custom fields, order list is there, name list is there. Other one is the name list. Please click on the disable button, enable button. Then you can see just 2 fields are available. Then the price levels, you have to select 3 levels. Others, please remove them. When you click on it, you can see the tick sign is disappeared. Now click OK. This is how you are going to select the defaults. So now what we are going to do is we are going to enter the customers. So here, customers, new customers. Then we are going to enter the customer balances. So here, CUS001 is the customer ID, the name. So I'm going to put the address. Main Street. Vidnia. Then city and Anuppur. Country, Sri Lanka. So here, saves tax account, we have to select. If not, for each and every data, you have to select. That's why we have to select it from right from here. Then, sales tax ID, we have selected telephone number. Then contact name. So the contact name should be entered in the contacts. So here I'm going to type Indica here. Then Mr. in the title. Then you can see once we have entered it, it's automatically appearing in the general section under bill to contact. Then the terms are there. So contact telephone number. So I have entered one telephone number. There's another telephone number for the contact person. So in the contact, I have to enter that particular telephone number as well. Then payment and credit. So here in the credit limit, we have to use the default terms, but other things might be changed. So we are going to customize the customer. Days 30. Here, the discount in 15 days. So the discount dates is differs. Then discount percentage also differs. It's 3%. That's all. Then we have to save it. So if you want to enter the beginning balances, what you are going to do is we are going for the history. In the history, enter customer beginning balances. So here it says the invoice number. So put the invoice number. So select the date. So it is 2015, December 20th. Then PO number. So for the amount, enter this amount. That is 250,000. So for the AR account, I'm going to select the AR account, account receivables account. Now click Save. So once you enter the data, then you can see it in the tab as well. So you can see the last invoice date, it's appearing. And the last invoice amount also appearing. Everything is displayed in the history tab. So now let's start with the next one. So the next person is customer 002. The company name. Then the address. So here, payment terms, default terms is there. No need to change anything here. But we have to alter the history to enter the beginning balances. So here invoice number INS 00 date it is 2015. We'll assume it 15 because 5 is erased. 15 10th of 10th means October 12th. Then PO number AR number you have to select. The amount here 125,000. So there's another invoice. The date is in August. PO number. Then how we are going to take the amount? So we know that beginning balances altogether, it is 355,000. So get the 355,000. What we are going to do is from 355,000, we are going to deduct 125,000. Then this balance should be 230,000. So just check whether when we add them together, the balance is 355, which is here. Then account receivables balance. We have to select the account. So when you enter them together, you can see the last invoice date you can see. Then we are going for customer number 3. So once you enter all the data, just view the list of the customers. So you can see the beginning balances once you create the list. So over here, my fourth one, Miss Deepa is not there. So I have to enter it. Then the next one, I'm going to create the vendors. To create the vendors, we have to go for vendors and purchases, vendors, new vendors. So here, first one is VEN001. Name American Water Private Limited. Address, street, and the city. Country. Telephone numbers is the provided one. In the contact name. Here you can enter the data in the contact itself. For the purchase information, we have to customize it. So here, discount in this one, 30. So here, 30 days, net in 30 days, discount in 20 days. Percentage is 3%. The credit limit is 700,000. So the next one is we have to enter the beginning balances. Go to the history tab. balances, we have to go for the history tab. In the history tab, we have the beginning balances button. So when you click it, you can see a view like this. So in this window, what we have to do is we have to enter the invoice number. We have to enter the date. To select the date, right click on the date cell. Then you can select the date. Then enter the purchase order number and the amount. And click save. And close it. So when you save it, you can see it's appearing by default in the window like this. So it's appearing in default. So I'm going for the next one. So once you enter the vendor's balances, please go to the list and check whether you have entered them properly. So you can click on the list in the menu bar and check whether the beginning balances are correct. So there was a mistake in my list, so I have changed it again. Now again, I'm going to view the list. So beginning balances should be accurate. At the same time, the contact information and others should be viewed. So now let's start the entering process of the inventories. So we have to go for the inventory and services, inventory items, new inventory items. So here item description is given, item ID is given. Item ID we have to enter, then item description we have to enter. So stock, and it should be supply. So here item type should be supply. Then the unit measure should be bottle. Unit or measure should be bottle. Then the tax type should be regular. Then minimum stock is 5,000. Pre-order level is 4,500. So we have to enter the beginning balances. So here quantity is 14,500. So the unit cost is 27. So total cost automatically appearing. So you can see the quantity on hand and quantity available. So last unit cost here, you can see in the disabled form 27. The quantity available on hand, you can see. So here we have the price list. So in the price level, click on it. So price level 1, to set the price, we have to go for the calculation and click on this arrow. Then here, click on the last cost because it says cost into 18%. So increased by percentage, you have to select from this drop down list, and the percentage here should be 18. Then if you want to round it up, click on roundings and click OK. So this is the first price level. Now we are moving to the second price level. Here to the last cost, we are going to add 22% under the second price category. So for the third price category, to the last cost, right? To the last cost, we are going to add 32%. Now click OK. Now click Save. So now I'm going to start another one. That is MB200. So the description is 1.5 liter. Item type should be supply. Unit and measurement should be bottle. So once you entered it, you can see by default, you can select it. So here minimum stock 4,500. Pre-order is 4,000. So quantity on hand. Quantity on hand 18,050. Unit price is 35. Click OK. Then you can see last unit cost appeared as 35 by default, and the other quantity on hand and quantity available is updated. So now we have to change the price levels. That is based on the last cost. Here we are going to use 15%. Next one, 22%. And in the final one, 30%. Click OK. So in the exam, if they have provided the preferred vendor ID or buyer ID, you have to select from these search icons and you have to select it. Since is this question paper, we haven't provided any details with regard into the vendor or buyer. So I'm not going to select a particular person. So I'm going to take a 15-minute breaks right now, right? So you can take a break and come back after 15 minutes. So always check the list. Then if you have some, right, if you have done something wrong, then you can see it clearly through the list. So these list settings can be changed. So by clicking on the settings, you can add or remove columns. So here I have added all the price levels, so I can check whether I have entered it properly.